Stu's got a generator now.
I don't know, what's he like to?
How do you spell pussy? How much did the diesel cost you?
Sorry?
How much did the diesel cost you?
Okay, guys, I'm going to start here. Morning, everybody. Let's get going. All right, so in the US, stock closed lower, taking the down negative for the year, which is actually quite amazing because they haven't actually come off all that much. It just shows what a tight range the US has been trading in for most of the year. Then we had Greece's creditors that have indicated the bailout plan could be extended to March 2016, so that the shadow is obviously still over world markets. Apple has announced its latest service, Apple Music, which will allow users to stream music on iTunes for a monthly fee. And then we had McDonald's same-store sales fell by more than expected in May. All right, in Asia, most of Asia down. We've got Hang Seng down a little over 1%, Shanghai down over 1.5%, Nikkei also down over 1.5%, and Aussie down about 0.5%. So pretty broad sell-off across the market, across the Asia markets there. We have Tencent, which was down, actually had a little bit of a bounce from the low. It was down over 1%, I think, earlier. It's down 0.64% right now. And Belize and Rio and I think in Aussie are all down over 1%. So look for a little bit of a weaker open on the miners in South Africa, and possibly a bit of a weaker open on Naspers as well. Okay, charts of interest. This just shows the percentage of stocks on the S&P that are above their 200-day moving average, and it's down to 57%, which is quite interesting, seeing that we're pretty much still in a reasonably big bull market there. So, obviously it's also a big selection of stocks, 500 stocks, and only roughly half of them are above their 200-day moving average. So not looking all that good in the US either. No significant corporate action to speak of. We had money stock M2 and M3 in Japan earlier this morning, Chinese CPI, which came in a little bit less than expected at 1.2%. At 11 a.m. we had GDP SA quarter on quarter out of the Eurozone, and US wholesale inventories month on month out of the US. So nothing that's going to be too market moving today, I don't think. All right, let's have a look at a few charts. First one, the Aussie. So we obviously showed this one yesterday, this big reversal out of the Aussie on Friday on that non-farm payroll number. What's a little bit worrying is we got no follow through from that yesterday at all, and we're opening week again today, this morning. Although futures have bounced off the low here, we're still not looking that excited to move higher. So keep an eye out on that 46,000 sort of 100 level where it closed at on Friday. If we can take out that level to the upside, maybe we can get this reversal to carry on going. Otherwise, our big levels on the Aussie, if I get a level here, we're looking at around 45,600 is our level, give or take. You can see we had multiple closes on that level, so keep an eye out there. It's also our 200-day moving average, roughly. If we break that level and we close below there, and we close below the low of Friday, then we could be in trouble. I know there's also big strike levels at 45,000, 44,000. So if we break to the downside, it could get messy sort of towards the end of the week and early next week. All right, the next one I want to show is Aspen. So Aspen putting in a bit of a reversal on Friday. Couldn't quite manage to follow through yesterday, but not looking terrible. If we knock it down to a 30-minute chart, we can see the levels. So you can see we're actually forming a little bit of an inverse head and shoulder here. So if we had to take out the 360 level here on the closing basis, then I would say that we've made a nice reversal in Aspen. On the downside, we're looking at 350. So we can draw another line here. So the range I'd say is between 350 and 360. A break below either way will probably cement the direction for Aspen in the short term. If we go back to the daily here, we've obviously still got this head and shoulders, which are still intact, still shows a lower target. So until that is sort of broken to the upside, which I would say would be a break above 390 to cement that, then that target is still in play. All right, next one I wanted to show was Billiton. Billy's, I'm going to show this on a 30-minute chart. You can see we've got quite an interesting level here forming at around 250. Quite a few touches on this level and bounce every time off this level. Keep an eye on it. We should open up a little bit lower on Billy's this morning. If we get a close below 250, that could mean that Billy's is going to carry on lower for the short term. All right, and I think the strategy, when markets are coming off, to find the stocks that have sort of recently released better than expected earnings and have been in strong uptrends, and then if we sort of look for good opportunities to buy these stocks, then I think you can't go wrong. So I think one of those stocks is Mondi. Mondi came out with great results. The market really liked them, and they pushed them quite sharply high, as you can see over here, once those results were released. Our main sort of support level on them comes in around about the 50-day moving average at just a little over 250. If we get a pullback that far down, get a reversal of that level, I think that could be a good opportunity to buy one of the strongest stocks on the market in Mondi. And you see it's in a nice uptrend as well. Last one I'm going to show, Investec. Similar camp, market also really liked those results. You can see how they went sharply higher after they were released. Obviously come off now with the rest of the sort of the Findy basket. Put in some good reversals over the last couple of sessions. 2 good days on Friday and Monday. Closed back above the 50-day moving average. So looking decent, holding relatively well in Investec. So keep an eye out on this one. Also sort of major support coming around 108 on Investec here. And if we actually draw where it broke out from, we had a rising wedge coming in around about there. So we're looking for support on this rising wedge at around 106, and if we break out again, we're looking at around 113. So keep an eye on those levels on Investec. And that's all for today, guys. Good luck trading.